Alright, first off, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Makakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word now, sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom. This is Brother Iron from a Jamaica camp. Come with another quick lesson. And this lesson is an impromptu, out here in Jamaica, which Jamaicans are so-called Jamaicans, and West Indians, are predominantly of the tribe of Benjamin, of the nation of Israel. All right. Now, speaking to you so-called Jamaicans, right? The chief of the house of Benjamin, a lot of you are gonna get caught out there. Today the Prime Minister, this evening, at 7, the Prime Minister, announced the lockdowns, right, starting Sunday, I think that's what, the 23rd, right, or the 22nd, somewhere around there. I think it's the 23rd, right? So it's 3 days of lockdown, then space, then you have another 3 days. In total it should be 7 days, right? I just mentioned 6, but yeah, in total 7 days of lockdown, in whatever order he has done it, right? And while he was speaking, there are two things which he actually highlighted the most. One, is that that drink, or that poison sauce, that they're actually, that they want everyone to put in their food, or better yet, to ingest, right? We all know what we're talking about. We have to speak in various ways, as to ensure that these videos are not flagged, right? That the secret sauce that is being, promoted, for the longest while, right? Now everybody is all bent out of shape, because guess what? They're not prudent, right? Now, when the COVID, last year March, when COVID, came about, or when that I have to be careful with my words right now. When the big party, happened last year March, right? It was mainly curfews, and up to this year March, it was saying that one of the reasons why, we had so few attendants, to this big party, or only so few people, got that invitation. It was a result of the curfews, right? And then out of the blue, he was saying that, look, the only way for us to, go back to the normal, or go back to what it was, we all have to be looking forward towards, taking that drink. But a lot of people weren't really interested in it, because the new drink had hit the came out roughly about what was it? The new drink came out last year November. It talks of it, came up as you had was it Project Full Speed, or something like that, something along those lines, where they started to get agencies, here in Jamaica it wasn't called Full Speed, but in America it was called Full Speed, or in New York. But out here, he gathered certain agencies together, the Prime Minister gathered certain agencies together, from the security forces to public health workers, our public health sector, the finance ministry, the private sector, along with other public sector as well. It was a big effort. I did a couple of videos on it, right? Now, he said that, look, we have to take a drink in order to get things back to normal. And then about 2 or 3 months ago, he was saying that, since the curfews have been working so well, and everything, it seems to be somewhat balanced, we're gonna give the entertainment sector a chance to come back on track, and you people gobbled it up. Everybody started to get excited. Yes, because he was saying that if you want to party, if you want to go to churches, if you want to be out and about again, get that drink. So when they heard that, look, I'm gonna give you guys a chance to party, or open the entertainment sector, everybody was happy. And I remember saying that, look, it's a trap. Something is coming down the line, and I really don't know what it is, but now we see what it is. Because what you don't understand is that the prime minister, Andrew Holness, the Jamaicans call him, most honorable bro god. You have a brother in the camp that call him the most horrible brown dog. This guy, is not doing or implementing these things off his own, right? Worldwide, there is a universal effort in regards to having this party coordinated properly, right? Last week, when he made the mention of the change in the curfew time in other countries within the world, you had top ministers and came out to address the public as well with similar measures, right? Or came out with certain policies on the same day, right? Now, the reason why he opened, and I believe the reason why he opened that the entertainment sector the other day, was because he was given that, look, you have to have a certain amount of people taking that drink by a certain time, right? So the drinks were shipped. He got the drinks, and they're saying that, look, now that you got the drinks, you have to ensure that people are actually coming to drink them. They were given $244 million, to promote, and push, the awareness and trying to get people on board to get the drink, right? But that's the thing, a lot of people still weren't getting it. But then after a while, a lot of people came out and started taking that, taking a shot here and there, taking that drink. And then, it started to come up, right? But it wasn't enough. They have a certain number that they want people to get, or a certain number of people that they want to take this drink. Now, it's so ironic, or for lack of a better word, coincidental, that, right a couple months before, the whole world has this this mass drive for everyone to take a drink, that you open the entertainment sector. And I said it, I was speaking to a brother and I said, look, I believe that it's going to be a thing where he's going to open the entertainment sector, the invitations are going to skyrocket, and then after the invitation skyrockets, it's going to say it's because he opened the entertainment sector why so many people got the invitations. Or it's going to be a case where things is going to get so bad where something is going to the invitations are going to be upgraded, right? So they're going to have some new invitations where because it's open and it's spread, so people started handing it out right, left, and center. Then it get to the point where they needed to ensure that those people who were invited got the drinks, and even those who weren't invited to go ahead and get the drinks, right? Everybody they wanted to get the drink. And now a couple of months afterwards, last week was I think last week was Dream Weekend, or was it the week before that? I don't remember, but whichever week was Dream Weekend in Jamaica, which is a big party out here. Then they come and say, look, because we opened up the entertainment sector, the numbers have spiked. And now he's saying that, look, if you want things to get back to a certain point, then everybody's going to have to take that drink. It's not coincidental. It is not coincidental, right? He had a mandate to follow, but he knew that, look, if he came out and said, look, everybody needs to take a shot, then people wouldn't want to take that shot, right? So what he did was he opened the country to get a reason, because he knew that down the line, he had to participate with the calendar and the agendas. And if you know anything about corporate, because the government is a corporation, corporates have meetings, corporates have agendas, everything has to be done according to a calendar. Even if you miss certain opportunities or certain points, There are major things where you have to partake in some way, shape, or form. Even if you don't reach a target, you cannot not start or partake in it. And that's the thing. He had to have an excuse to do what he's doing now. And then he's saying that, look, for those who take the drink, you'll be able to go to work, just the same. And for those who don't take the drink, you just have to go about, get some official document to say that, look, you didn't get an invitation, and and you have to pay for that, that official document, once the drinks become widely available, you know. And there's a recent shipment where, over 1.4 million drinks have been shipped to Jamaica, right? So there's some. It was always about the drink, and it was all about, getting things, on a digital platform, because you have the ends system that they brought around, for digital, for business, since evening, 7 o'clock last evening. He was speaking about pushing online online businesses and online transactions very heavily. And recently, Jamaica, is pretty much establishing their own, digital currency. You know, it is pretty much, almost ready to go. And also, it's getting to the point where, once you have taken that drink, you need to have a digital proof that you indeed took that drink. And if it's a case that you took the drink, you'll have more benefits than those who don't take the drink. And even with these lockdowns, a lot of, it's possible that, there are going to be a lot of riots, or it's going to be a case where there's going to be a lot of robberies, there's going to be a lot of killing, because, a lot of people are saying that, look, this was so sudden, and, what am I going to eat within those 7 days? And believe me, when it comes down to Jake and their food, they're not just going to sit down and die of hunger. They're going to do something. All right. And that is why he even said in a recent article that, he knows that, implementing certain measures could spark unrest. Right. And that's actually coming, because he has to follow those mandates, but he's not saying that to the public. He's acting as if it's all about him. He's the one coming up with it, and it's really for the betterment and for the peace, but it's really all linked to Agenda 21 and the UN Vision 2020, sustainable development. That's where it's all going. And on top of that, there's also something with these drinks. I think they designed them to do something in particular, not sure what. And the first round of these drinks is just to see how it works. And as time goes by, they're gonna give new drinks and new things, but it's gonna get to a point where you're gonna have to identify who took those drinks. And it's not going to be from an analog standpoint or a traditional standpoint. It's going to be to a digital standpoint. And if you want to enjoy the benefits of this society, then you're going to have to take that drink. And then ultimately, you're going to have that digital, that digital proof that you are following the guidelines and following the policies of the system that is currently in place, which is going to lead to that charagma, right? Which is going to lead to that, that digital identification, that digital identification that's, spoken of in the book of Revelation. It's all going to lead up to that. Now, I'm not saying that the drinks are actually that thing, but I'm saying that, it's going to lead up to that. It's definitely going to lead up to that. All right, so it's not a coincidence. It's all a part of the agenda. It's all about, that's what it's always been about. And through all of this, I was thinking about the scripture. This is Proverbs 22 verse 3 says, "A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished." A lot of people are saying, why is he doing this, or what? They can't understand what's happening. And the thing about it is that, the prime minister has been set up by the elites, from the standpoint of, they're actually setting up these leaders to fail, because all these mandates are gonna, force the people to riot, to protest, and that in turn is going to affect the economy of the country, and it's going to actually destabilize the country. These super elites are destabilizing all these countries with these measures. That is why they ensure that the party, with this party, you have to spend certain time, certain distance apart. You have to ensure that you're actually drinking at this party. You also need to ensure that you can be identified that you're actually drinking at this party. And on top of that, with all the mandates, it's actually damaging every industry, right? So people can't work and all these things, and it's also going to lead up to what? The universal income, right? It's all going to lead to universal income. So everything is being destabilized, and then afterwards, in order to bring order to all this, the global destabilization, they're going to offer that ID with the benefits, but there's going to be a benefit of you identifying as being a part of the system digitally, right? And then if you don't, then you're pretty much going to be an enemy of the state. That is what it's leading up to, right? These countries, worldwide, all these countries are in debt, right? So the stopping of these industries is causing inflation. The stopping of these industries, is basically crashing the economies. The fact that it's inspiring riots, it's inspiring desperation. It's gonna be completely chaotic, and this is just the beginning, right? And he is afraid of actually, these people rioting, the prime minister, because he knows that it's not gonna be the stones and all of that. In Jamaica, there are a lot of illegal guns here. So he knows that it won't be an easy fight, and he knows that it will be complete chaos, and he knows that his life, along with his colleagues in the parliament, their lives will be in danger as well. So it's full circle. It's coming all around, but these people don't get it. But the scripture rightly says it, Matthew 13, is it Matthew 13? Or is it Matthew 10? No, it's Matthew 13. Right? This is Matthew 13, verse 10. It says, "And the disciples came and said unto him," the him being Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, "So why speakest thou unto them in parables?" He answered and said unto them, "Because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given." And that's the thing, a lot of you people don't understand what's taking place. And then you have those that are going to wake up, which is the elect, But you guys have been warned, you guys, the reason why a lot of you even comply is because you want to, you want to go back to the filth of this world. You want to keep on doing the things that are not beneficial. You want to uphold this wicked and evil system, but it's gonna get worse. There's no normal to go back to. No normal at all to go back to. It's going straight downhill, and even if it's delayed for a while, believe me, it's gonna get there, because there's gonna be stricter and stricter measures. There are famines to come. There are more earthquakes to come. There are more storms to come. It says, "For whosoever had," let me jump down, verse 30 says, "Therefore I speak to them in parables, because they see and see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah," meaning Isaiah, which said, "By hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. For this people heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their hearts, and should be converted, and I should heal them." Blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. So, so for those who are in the know, we are blessed because we see and we understand. But for the majority of you who thinks that all of this is random, and first, I see it on the comment boards, I see it, I hear it while I'm on the streets. They're saying, he doesn't know what he's doing. Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? It's because, he's not doing anything of himself, and he cannot stray from the plan that has been prescribed, right? He's getting some benefit, and his colleagues are benefiting also, but they don't know that, in the end, it's not going to work out for them. It's all about you guys getting that drink. It's all about you guys, getting that digital ID, right? Spoken of in Revelation, the 13th chapter. It's all about, get ultimately the joining that digital infrastructure, and by being a part of that new digital infrastructure, you actually show that you submit, because that's the thing. The new norm is pretty much a digital age. Everything will be done digital. If you realize that this party or this incident that's happened, the most convenient way, or the most the easiest and the most seamless way of doing transaction or anything at all regarding this time is to get things done digitally. Everything. That is the solution that they will be providing, right? And to some extent it is more efficient and all of that, but the real reason behind it is sinister, very, very sinister, right? It's about you submitting to Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, once he builds his digital empire, right? So, wake the hell up, guys. If you listen closely to what the Prime Minister said, those were the things that he was hinting at. And believe me, that drink is going to get a lot of you sick, and there's something that's going to happen to all those who take it. I strongly believe that, but even if it doesn't, it's going to get to the point where, when you actually take that digital ID, then there's no doubt about it, as Revelation, the 14th chapter, tells you what happens to those who is going to take that charagma, But hey, Slack, if it sounds as if I was ranting, it was a bit impromptu. I was thinking about this, and I just decided that to just do this lesson. So with that, I hope you were edified. Once more, to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai B'Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Shalom to the brothers in the highways and byways pushing this word in all sincerity and truth. The sisters, the believers, the helps, the hopeful elect. Shalom.